Hi guys, my name is Sean. I'm a houseplant enthusiast from Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm walking towards Gardens by the Bay, and today we're going to check out, I believe it's a flower dome that used to be more of a cacti succulent dome. And this is a beautiful walk. I'm here with my mom. And we don't have all day. We're actually heading to the airport soon, so we'll try to catch as much as we can.
It was a beautiful walk with tons to see along the way, but it's also a very long walk, so if you're only here for the flower dome, feel free to skip forward to the timestamp that I've conveniently designated for you. Now, if you're a Swiftie, you might be excited to know that Taylor Swift herself was rumored to be staying at this exact hotel at the time of this filming. This prominent feature towering ahead of us is the Supertree Grove, one of the most iconic attractions in this garden. They range in height from 25 to 50 meters and symbolizes the interconnectedness of nature and city. The super trees are covered with a variety of plants including orchids, ferns, and bromeliads. These plants are grown on a steel framework, creating a lush green surface that mimics the appearance of tree bark. Some of them are equipped with photovoltaic cells that harness solar energy, which is then used to power the lights and other systems within the garden. Additionally, they help collect rainwater and serve as part of the cooling system for the flower dome and cloud forest conservatories. Every evening, the super trees come to life with a stunning light and sound show called the Garden Rhapsody. The trees are illuminated in vibrant colors and synchronized with music, creating a magical experience for visitors. You should be pleased to know that this show is completely free of charge. The super tree symbolizes the blending of technology and nature, reflecting Singapore's vision of becoming a city in a garden. They are a celebration of the beauty and diversity of plant life, while also showcasing innovative environmental design.
In the middle of the screen, that's my mom. So she's coming along with us on this beautiful walk. I'm super grateful. I got to visit all these botanical places because of my parents. I usually travel with them and they come with me on these adventures. This is such a nice walk, you guys. I've been to the Gardens by the Bay several times, and every time I would take the taxi or the subway directly. But this is such a nice entrance. So basically I came in through the hotel side, and there's a sky bridge. I walked past the bridge and we're making our way to the domes right now. And this is, again, a very, very unforgettable, very pleasant walk overall. Lots of beautiful landscaping along the way. And I believe I see the top of the dome over there. Look at this. This is so beautiful. We spent the entire last 2 to 3 days in the city. So this is quite a treat to be surrounded by all this beauty. And that is that super tree. It's actually quite pleasant at night. They do have a light show and it's free to visit at night. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. It's actually very cool in here. Maybe I would say like 21, 24 degrees Celsius. Oh my God, you guys, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. There's a lot of interesting plants. Look at that caudiciform trees, rows of them behind. So I guess they kept the remnants of the succulent and cacti collection here. There's some agave, beautiful variegated agave. Haworthias. I will try to show you as much as possible, but again, the theme has changed. This used to be a desertscape type dome, but then now it's more floral. But I'm seeing still a lot of beautiful succulents here. Look at this, my gosh. This is beautiful, and the leaves are really interesting too. A lot of these flowers I'm not familiar with, just so you know. I'm not a flower or not a landscape type of person, but I can appreciate them, and I'll try to give you more information where possible. Look at this delicious array of succulents here. My gosh, a lot of them are flowering profusely. Look at these ones here. Beautiful bell-like flowers. If it will zoom in. Oh man, this is such a beautiful arrangement. For those of you succulent lovers, this is a wonderful treat. This is also a beautiful caudiciform. I think that's the name. The new leaves come out kind of like this. Basically, we just walked in here. I lost my mom. She wandered off somewhere. I hope she's okay. I see her. She's like way over there sitting down. Yeah, I feel bad. When I'm filming these things, I tend to just rush and start filming. And then I just lose her completely. But I hope she's okay on her own. But this is a very, very interesting plant. If you're ever in Singapore, stop by and give yourself like a full day. Like a lot of these, actually, if you pay close attention to them, these are some beautiful aloes. If you take some time and appreciate them, there's a lot of beauty in these. And that one is flowering rather profusely. A lot of sedums hanging out in the background. There's so much details and a lot of gardening props, like these like coral type stones here. A lot to enjoy. And again, we're rushing off to the airport, so we literally only have like an hour here. Besides, I don't want to spoil you guys. I don't want to show you everything here. I could literally spend like an entire day just filming too much and editing too much. So it's good that we're constraining ourselves to a shorter time period. This is really funny. This is an aeonium or echeveria. Man, look at that. Oh. Gorgeous. Slow down the video if you want, pause it, and then you can also zoom in because everything here is shot in 4K. So if you want to have a closer look at anything, you can look at how nice and juicy those agaves are. This is actually very beautiful. This is a very nice walkway. Look at that. All those trees. Beautiful clumps of aloe. I guess they form clumps and then they overreach here. They grew out of the designated growing area. How wild is that? I really like that about them. This is very common, Crassula ovada. Also very clumpy here. My gosh, these are so peculiar. So the name is over there, aeoniums. And look at how crazy these are. Let me show you from a lower view. Look at that, they look like boobs. What an interesting growth form. Usually plants, they want to kind of do a rosette and reach upwards for the light, but these guys want to strap down for some reason. They really look like boobs. This is worth mentioning. This is the Xerosychus dangui. This is the latest line, but they actually look like this. They are known as a silver dollar vine, if I'm not wrong. Absolutely love full sun, very slow growing in lower than ideal light conditions. Oh my God, they're grown like that all across. I just saw that now. I mean, they do put out these like twirly things that want to lasso onto something. This is such a beautiful form, my gosh. I have filmed a caudiciform episode in Taiwan. I'm gonna link that up above so you can check it out. There's some beautiful rare ones. And oh my God, this is a little bit overwhelming for me. So I would like to extend a welcome for you guys to visit Singapore and definitely stop by the Gardens by the Bay. I did have an episode, by the way, of the cloud forest. I'm gonna link that up above as well, so you can check that out. By the way, Taylor Swift is in town, so we see a lot of Swifties here in town. She's doing a 6-night concert. I could not get her ticket, couldn't snatch one in time, so yeah, there you go. Beautiful, look at this. This is really stunning. Australia has a lot of really interesting flora, actually. We just had a Chinese New Year period as well, the Spring Festival, and it is the Dragon Year, so it is rather a lavish year. A lot of people actually have kids or get married on the Dragon Year, which is really interesting. And this is not plant related, but I thought it's interesting to know. But for Chinese people, the Dragon Year is so important, it's so dominant that a lot of couples choose to have kids during the Dragon Year. And because of that, those kids, when they grow up for the school level, like the school admissions are extremely tough, especially competitive because there's just so many kids born in this year. So if you're thinking about having kids during the Dragon Year, think again.
Native to the Andean mountains of Chile and Argentina, where it grows at altitudes of 600 to 1800 meters, the monkey puzzle tree is often referred to as a living fossil. This ancient tree dates back to the time of the dinosaurs, over 200 million years ago. They grow very slowly, but can live over 1,000 years old. Deforestation and climate change threaten their natural habitat, putting this remarkable species in the endangered list. The name monkey puzzle is said to have originated in the 19th century when a British observer remarked that the tree's spiky branches would be a puzzle for monkeys to climb. Although there are no monkeys in its native range, the name stuck.
And these here, on the first glance, you think it's some strange flower, but it is in fact anthuriums. Look at that. Spedex has interesting modified leaves that kind of look like flames. They do curl in and around. And it's very, very small and dainty. This is my first time seeing this kind of anthurium. This is actually very cute. This particular flower really caught my eye. I'm gonna find out the name, it's gonna be on the screen. But they hang down like little fairies, little pendants. And look at all these unopened buds. This is actually very, very cute. This is flowering very, very profusely. This is quite stunning. The leaves remind me a little bit of like impatiens, but I don't think this is the impatiens. Now, I did notice that they probably separated the areas by country. This is Australia garden. I see a beautiful tree fern over there. And over here, we've got the South African garden. And there seems to be some kind of aroid up here. I haven't had a gander to see what it is, but that is what the flower looks like. How peculiar is that? I've never seen anything like this before. And the leaves look like this. It's gorgeous. It's like nice and glossy. This here is the South American garden. Let me do a quick walkthrough because I have a feeling this might be a beautiful reveal ahead of us. Nice, look at that. Oh. So majestic. And I guess we can have a view down below from here. We're kind of in the middle of the dome right now. So, there. It is really nice and cool in here. It's super hot outside in the heat. So it's quite a nice escape to come here for a little bit. Look at that, that's gorgeous behind us. These palms here, absolutely gorgeous. Look at the frosty finish on the leaves and that fan shape. This is actually quite beautiful. Let me get up close to one of the leaves. It's got a very interesting texture on the leaves. I'm not gonna touch it, but this is actually quite beautiful. Let me step back a little bit to show you what it looks like. This is actually really, really well put together. Look at that. Oh man. This plant is really interesting. I think the leaves are down below, and I think these are the flowers, or rather the spent flowers. You can see some fresh ones in the middle of the screen, but I think they do dry out to look like that over time. But I believe the leaves are down below. This is so stunning. And I believe these are encephalitis. My dad used to grow a lot of them, and really large ones. It's in my dad's house tour video. We no longer have the house and we gave up the plants. But yeah, it's interesting to see them here in this garden. But they have the really, really spiky leaves. And these guys existed with the dinosaurs. So it is something that's left behind from millions of years ago. Look how mean that is. I bet like the design is used to ward off some really, really tough herbivores at that time period. And of course, we're in the South African region now. I don't know if this is gonna zoom in, but I believe these flowers, they are gesneriates. And I have a feeling that's also a gesneriates. We walked by a lot of these wonderful blooms. Yeah, look at that. This is gorgeous. Now, this is a better view of those bell-like flowers. Actually, this is really, really gorgeous. If you're like a photography lover, this is actually a good place to take pictures and get some close-up details on some of these wonderful species that were collected from all over the world, all in one place. And these are beautiful as well. As I'm filming these, I actually don't know these plants by name, but by the time I edit, I will know them. See, the flowers are quite beautiful, but look at the leaves. Look at the leaves, how stunning are they? And then these are the bloom flowers, but these are the ones that are unopened yet. This would probably make a very, very good time lapse. Now this here is a massive, massive olive tree. They can become really big and trunks are contorted quite wonderfully. Look at that. And they can be very, very expensive. They can cost more than a house, especially ones that has really good form and ones that are a little bit aged like this. It takes them a long time to get to this, even though this is like the common olive that we consume. Now I did notice this plant and it's got really, really beautiful leaves. I'm really resisting myself not to touch it, but here's my hand for comparison. It's actually quite massive. If I step back quite a bit, this is a massive clump, probably very good for landscaping. And it comes from a single main trunk like this in the middle. Get that. So very, very interesting, very beautiful. I hope I can find some information on this. A lot of these plants here probably grow well in more of a cooler climate with very, very strong light. Flowering plants require full sun for the most part, except some shaded plants like the gesneriates that can actually take shaded conditions. My gosh, they really do have quite a lot of these olive trees here. And they actually love more of a full sun, and this is a little bit shaded for this plant, but it's got the wonderful, cool climate that it enjoys. And there's some more over there. How stunning. Look at the trunk on that one. And it extends all the way back there. This is quite a bit of investment, actually. Look at these beautiful arrangements here. There's so much to see. This one here is gorgeous. So guess that these are hydrangeas. It's really, really stunning display. Yeah, those are some beautiful hydrangeas. I do have a shorts on hydrangeas. You can check it out, or I give some wonderful information on them. They're heavily cultivated in Japan, a lot of cultivars. Man, this is the same plant we saw earlier, but this one is so much more extra. Look at that. Oh, how do you get the colors like this? I believe this must be a cultivar probably, because I don't think colors like this exist in nature. I really don't think they do. Look at that. Oh, this is stunning. So the shape of this plant, you can see it's like a main trunk, and it comes down like an umbrella with the leaves, and everything just hangs down from there on. This is really quite beautiful, quite a showstopper. I want to give it a gander from down below. Oh, cute. Very nice, look at that. And these plants are getting VIP view, look at that. That is the Singapore skyline. And somewhere along there, I believe that's the Singapore Indoor Stadium, Taylor Swift is about to come on tonight to perform at 6 p.m. Really interesting leaves. And the flower look a little bit like daisies, but it's pretty creeping down from there. It's really wild. This is quite beautiful. A lot of beautiful cyclamens in full bloom. I filmed this, I think, last year in one of those Tokyo plant tour videos, and some people shouted out to me. Thank you for those who let me know what these are, and now I shall forever remember them. Such wonderful diversity of colors in the bloom. And they have really, really beautiful leaves as well. I don't know what these are, but it's got wonderful leaves. And look at these gorgeous flowers. It comes in white color as well. I particularly love these white color flowers because it's got splashes of reds on them. And in case you didn't know, the flag of Singapore is red and white. So is the flag of Indonesia. This is so beautiful. Look at that. Strangely enough, I haven't seen that many orchids here, considering that Singapore is like an orchid-centric city or country rather. Maybe because people see orchids everywhere in like hotel lobbies and stuff. But there is a section in the Singapore Botanic Gardens where I did an episode before. Check that out. It's called the Singapore National Orchid Gallery. That is a beautiful episode. But this is really, really tantalizing, these flowers. Look at that beautiful bit of yellow in the middle. I bet a lot of insects will find them very, very attractive. These guys here, I haven't seen the blooms, but look at the leaf color. This is so stunning. And these ones here particularly, look at the new growth of them. Something tells me that this likes very, very high light. I know next to nothing about these flowering plants, but this is really, really beautiful leaves. The leaves resemble flowers. Stunning here, so much to take in. I believe these are coral bells. Gorgeous foliage on this. This is like coleus, if I'm not wrong. Beautiful, beautiful foliage. My gosh, look at that. And it's just lined all the way up here. It's very, very vibrant with colors. I believe this is an Aurelia, false Aurelia that I just filmed before. Oh man, look at this. This is so stunning. This looks like fake flowers. This is very real and it's very large. It's larger than my hands. Oh, stunning. Let me get a closer look at this one. Look at the stamens. It's like so ready to put out pollens. My gosh. And this is all, my gosh, flower on flower action here. Holy cow. I bet with an exhibition like this, you probably have to swap out the flowers quite a bit because they're not always in bloom. Look at that. Wow, this is so spectacular. My gosh. Take a look back that way. This here is calling out to me. Look at how beautiful this is. This can be inspired into so many things. Look at that color combination. It is unusual, but it works. I don't know if you work in fashion, if you work in some kind of design, interior design, you know, this is like a nice color combination that we can actually take from nature. And if you look around you, everyone's like interacting with the plants, taking photos, reading about them, or maybe some people are just on a date and just absorbing all this ambience, this beautiful nature around us. And this is actually very important for us to have. So, you know, check out your local botanical gardens, travel more, and engage more with nature and see how people interact with them. This is actually quite beautiful. It's a wonderful day. And I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Thank you so much for watching this. I think we're almost at the end. But again, in a lot of my videos, I did express my gratitude for having an audience like you here and the opportunity for me to film and show you guys the world. It is my biggest pleasure. Thank you so much. This is beautiful as well. These look like lilies, or I could be very wrong, but look at that. Oh my gosh. This is so stunning. Comment down below if you're a florist or if you're not a regular subscriber to the channel, but you're clicking onto this video because you're into florals. Say hello, because this channel we typically talk about tropical plants, foliage plants. We rarely talk about flowers, but it is nice to recognize them, to give them a minute. But I would like to know, it smells amazing here. Yeah, I guess these are lilies. Oh, and these are chrysanthemums, this yellow. flowers. Oh, it smells heavy. And I'm actually surprised in this entire trip, no one's like come say hi to me, even though I'm sure there are many plant lovers here. And it would be nice if like some of the viewers kind of came and said hello to me if they ever saw me filming here. This is really beautiful. Thank you for spending such a beautiful, I guess it's an afternoon, such a beautiful afternoon with me here in Singapore. And I guess I should bid you farewell now because I really am a little bit late and I have to find my mom. Thank you so much for watching this video. Comment down below so that YouTube can push this video to plant lovers like yourself, and send this video a like, subscribe and all that good stuff. And also stay well. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.